Hello, welcome back to Crushing Sounds. My name is Chris. I'm joined by another one of your awesome Metal to the Masses finalists of the year, the date of which is, of course, on the 12th of July. Get your tickets now. Today, I am joined by the amazing Alyris. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. How are you doing?
Hello. Very
Hello.
well. Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. Would you both like to introduce yourselves and your role within the band?
Absolutely. Naomi, you can go first.
Oh, thank you. I'm Naomi, and I'm the singer. I joined Alyris recently. I think my first show with the band actually was the first Metal to the Masses heat of the year. So yeah, we came in with a lot of newness.
Wasn't nerve-wracking at all.
Nah, easy.
I'm Chris. I'm the guitarist. Naomi also plays guitar, which I forgot to
Oh
mention.
yeah. Sorry.
I do that too. And I do all the band tech and stuff like that. And that's 90% of my job really. And then sometimes I also get to play music, which is really fun. But yeah, we took a bit of a break from playing live while we got Naomi on board, and then yeah, like she said, the first gig back was straight to the metal to the masses, and it was awesome, and it's been an awesome process so far.
Incredible. Thank you so much for joining me, as I said. So, the normal place that I would normally start these interviews is like asking how the sort of project came to be. But of course, when I look back over Alyris's Instagram to get a feel of when you guys started, your earliest post implies, I think you've just alluded to it there, that you're in something of a new era for the band. So, how did this project come to be, and how did we get to where we are now?
So yeah, I was in a band with our original vocalists before this for many years, and some of the original members from the band as well were in that lineup. And I think it was around 2022, and the previous project just kind of finished, and we wanted to do something new. Um, and then yeah, I just kind of had this idea in my head around where I wanted the band to be, what I wanted to do. I'd kind of always been parts of other bands that have already existed or joined, and I was like, right, it'd be really cool to start something from scratch. As ominous as that is, like that's not something I wish on anyone to start a band, especially if you've done a few already. Like by all means, if it's the first one, assume everything's going to be amazing and easy. Bit more jaded when you get to like band six, but it's equally as awesome to start with a clean slate. But yeah, that all just kind of came together, and we spent maybe 2 years, probably around about that. I forget the actual time scale of it, but I think our first show was in about 2024. So yeah, we were a good couple of years behind the scenes getting our first EP ready. We were very conscious that I didn't want to come out and launch this band and be like we're ready to go when we weren't, and we wanted the recordings ready to go out, or as ready as we could to go out, and have a live set done, and have some production value and all that kind of stuff that's just you can't rush and takes so long. And when you're like, "Hi, we're a band," and then disappear for 2 years, it's not the best look. So I was like, "Well, let's try and do this before, and then at least we got a bit of a head start." And then yeah, we just played a load of shows for a year or so. Then a few things changed in the band, so we parted ways with our vocalist and our guitarist at the time, and that was when we kind of really kind of decided, right, now's the time to change the direction a little bit, get someone new on board. Where do we want to head? How do we want to sound? And we've had an amazing time just exploring that, going from this is every idea that we have in the form of an EP. Let's get it out there as good as we can, to kind of actually no, let's not do this. Let's put that on the back bench and try something else. And yeah, it's been a really good experience. And then we think we're pretty close to what we want to be now, and it's been really cool to kind of jump in and start putting it out there and playing some new stuff. But yeah, that's largely the story of how it all kind of came together. Our other vocalist Lewis has been with us since the beginning, and as is Sam, our drummer, and then our bassist Sam, two Sams. he joined just before we did our first music video, so he's technically been here for the long haul. So yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough. So, Naomi, how did you come into the fray?
No. Um, I've been friends with Sam, the bassist, since uh, a very long time ago. I think at least 10 years. I'd known him, and we'd sort of jammed and worked on stuff before. And he messaged me out of the blue, asking if I'd be keen to audition. And I'd already been I was already aware of Alyris because when he joined, he'd like shared the video and it came out. I was like, yeah, sounds good. Um, and I think like that first and the initial practice I came along to jam, I think we spent a half of the time just like chatting and having a laugh, and I was like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, these are my people.
Yeah.
It was like it was fun, but also really it's just really good to hear. It was good to see like a group of people with the same amount of like drive and passion for the music. So um like people you can have a laugh with and stomach long car journeys on tours with, but also work really well together creatively. It's pretty special. I think I'd been really wanting that because I'd sort of done stuff solo, and I sing in choir noir, but we don't meet up and do things super often because it's just a massive load of people that are all over the world. So I'm just like, I think it sort of happened at a time where I was like, I really want something like this. And yeah, and it all worked out, didn't it? So far.
Speaking of like the origins of the band and all that, how many different pronunciations of your name have you heard?
um, Quite a few. Not as bad as previous bands I've been in, but our favourite one is when it kind of like melds into the West Country accent, and you kind of get, well, what's your band name? And they kind of chicken out halfway through saying it, and he goes, Alyris. We're like, oh, he's Alyris, all right. We've had Alyris, 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 all sorts of
Alyris
things.
is a
So you can call us whatever you like. We don't mind.
I think Alyris is the one. That's the one I sometimes accidentally slip into. But Alyris, that's perfect. Just rename yourself to that. Brilliant.
Although it did cause some confusion at the announcement at the semi-finals, where we had to go up and make sure it was us. He said, we were like, I was like celebrating to our other band members, and they were looking at me deadpan in the face, like, "What are you celebrating about? We've lost." And I was like, "I'm fairly sure we haven't. Let me go and check." And then I was like, "No, it's fine. He's confirmed."
Because I think he panicked at the last minute that he wouldn't be able to say it correctly. So I think he tried to go like guttural. He went like, and it was like, okay,
Yeah,
you know,
quite shave.
you know, you guys made it, fucking brilliant. Where did that name come from, by the way?
So it was some very obscure, like high fantasy story had a character called Alyris in it. And that is also based around the song. Our original debut single, Empress of the Night, was based around that concept. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. It was like some deep research. I was looking for some kind of name to begin with, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, and this character, and it's only ever referenced here, and it doesn't really show up anywhere else.
I'm mad into high fantasy, so excuse me, I'm gonna see if I can find it. The Empire of Lys?
Yes.
There we go. Never heard of it. So
No.
so that was a waste of time. So anyway, that's a really, really cool name. It's really, really cool. Nice, striking, short and sweet as well. And it's triple syllables. People can chant it, which is what you want. So
Yeah.
to bring things right up till now, what made you guys decide to go for Bristol's Metal to the Masses this year?
For me, it was going to the final last year and just seeing the quality of the bands that played, how good it sounded, and just the atmosphere was incredible. Seeing the place, I think it was sold out, or if not, very close to being sold out. Everyone really up for it. Everyone there for all of the bands. There was no, um, oh yeah, the first band's on, but no one's really here yet, kind of thing, despite it being 3 o'clock, which is kind of what happened to us in the semi-final, going first on, and we were like, uh-oh, and then it was still busy and it was still great. And it's like, wow, okay, that's really cool. But yeah, like seeing that and being like, this is going to make us up our game. This is a challenge. This is something that we want. And the worst case scenario is we get to play a show on this stage in front of a pretty guaranteed audience. So where's the lose? You know, that was kind of me and the bass player Sam went to it, and we were just kind of looking at each other like, this is so cool. You know, 'cause in the past I've played many Metal to the Masses in pretty much every corner of the southwest that there is going, with various different bands in different places, even Bristol before it was at the Exchange many years ago. And some of them are great and some of them are okay, depending on where you are and the scene in the area and how they run. They all run slightly differently,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell the people that are running the Bristol one particularly are really, really passionate about it and care about it, and just for how it's organized, how to the minute everything is, the announcing the results on the night, and all this kind of stuff is all just really cool. Yeah, and that's what sold it for me.
It's nothing to do about potentially playing Bloodstock.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility no matter where you play Metal to the Masses, I suppose. But Bristol in particular called to me. But yes, it is all about playing Bloodstock. You're right.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. Cool. So let's do the elevator pitch question. How would you describe the sound of your band to someone who hadn't heard you before?
Mm.
I love that reaction. I live for it.
Interesting. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's obviously uh I would say riffs that hit you in the stomach, um, but melodies that get you in the feels. That sounds a bit airy fairy, but that's what it makes me think of. Like you've got your like classic metalcore riffs, um, and like I'm thinking like on all the music, everything that already exists and everything that is to exist. um, there's kind of that constant uh, there's always we always get an interesting riff in there, and some super catchy melodies.
Mm. Yeah, it's hard to not take into account all the stuff that people don't know yet.
Yeah.
Because, like I was saying to begin with, we've gone through quite a big change in sound and approach. And I think only people that have seen us at Metal to the Masses would know that, because it's the only place we've played the new songs, especially
Mhm.
last time. Um, Whereas the first EP was definitely very kind of more classic, so more Machine Head meets Lacuna Coil kind of thing. And that's just coming from my background, our background at the time. It was kind of the bread and butter kind of stuff, whereas now we're a bit more collaborative together, and we've got a bit more of a melting pot, and it's coming in. I mean, there's one of the bits of feedback I got back from a lot of people that saw us at the last show was that song sounds like Sleep Token. And it was just kind of like, that was never on the cards, like, or that we thought about. But yeah, I
Um,
get it.
our drummer happens to have a stunning voice, and he does sound a little bit like Vessel.
Yeah, to be fair though, yeah, that just reminded me. I remember seeing you guys the first heat, and then again the semi-final, thinking, "Oh yeah, that drummer's got a fucking amazing voice." I was like,
Mm,
"God damn!" But you got three vocals. It's
for
thick.
greedy.
Love it, love it. Was the intention like when you formed this band and you were coming up with the sound that it might end up being? Was the plan for always to have multiple vocalists?
Yes, yeah, at least two. We always wanted the heavier side of things, and we always wanted the clean. That it was either finding someone that could do both or splitting it out, and splitting it out just kind of worked. So yeah, that was what we went down, and then discovering that someone else in the band could also sing was just like a oh.
Mm. Yeah, he'd sent us a voice note on our Discord channel of like a melody he'd thought of for one of the demos. And we were like,
Do that.
yeah, like,
Why don't you do that?
I was like, oh, you do it. Oh, Sam, can you do it? Can you do it? Like, I started like really annoying him if I
Well, I mean, if
if I
you
had to go and record something for a demo. Oh, Sam, can you just do it?
well, I mean, if you can sound great on a fucking voice note, imagine with production, you'd sound
Mm,
absolutely incredible. So, yeah, that's brilliant. I love that. I love that. But to be fair, your debut album, Envy and Demise, it's kind of more or less what people can hear at the moment from you
yeah,
guys. But talk about coming out swinging. That AP is fucking brilliant. I really,
thank
really
you.
enjoyed it. Huge scope. It's very modern. It sounds massive. But is that still a fair representation of what you guys are, or have you moved past that?
It's definitely still a part of us. That heaviness, the breakdowns and stuff like that. That's just imagine that, but tuned down a little bit more. That's kind of where we're sitting right now. So like
Mm.
we've take the softest aspects of the EP and the heaviest aspects of the EP and just amplify them more. That's kind of where we're sitting, and we've carved out some of the middle. That's basically what it sounds like. It's still, I mean, it's always going to be our original sound, and it's always going to be part of it. And we're still playing the songs live and stuff like that for the most part. But yeah, I mean, it's changed, but it's still there. So it's not like we're a complete 360, and you know, everyone's gonna be like, "What's going on here?" It might be a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, because that's just as I guess someone that's come in later and um collaborated on the more recent stuff we've worked on, there's still those elements that make me think of Alyris when listening to the Envy and Demise EP. There's still those cool riffs. We've still got the breakdowns. There's still
Octave chords
some
everywhere.
like yeah, like there's like some clear stylistic things that are just like pretty present in whatever we do. We just kind of think other things get added and we might try something else like, oh, this could be cool. Or I heard this, I got this synth plugin. It sounds sick. Let's try putting it on there. Yeah, I would say there's still like an underlying, oh yeah, that's a Lyris type thing.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, who are some of the bands that you guys are inspired by? Where do you draw from when you're songwriting? Because
So
I've
that
heard people mention Lacuna Coil regarding you guys a lot. I don't know if that resonates.
100% does. I remember seeing them last time they came through Bristol and just being still in awe of them. You know, all these years later, just being like, how are they still this good? Like, it's crazy. So that was always, yeah, definitely the way like they put their a lot of their lead playing and layer it up with synths and stuff like that was always something we heavily kind of drew from during the first EP. Um, that yeah, like trying to capture in terms of like the riffs, some of the like the rawness of like the early Slipknot stuff was always a bit of a draw for me as well. Like it's not too complicated. It's just play it as hard as you can, make it sound really, really dirty. So that was definitely for a couple of songs, going back and listening to Iowa and stuff like that, and just being like, yeah, how do we capture that kind of rawness and power, and aggression? And then, oddly, I don't think it comes through very much necessarily, but there's definitely periods in there, parts in there that come from prog and stuff like Dream Theater, just like tiny little throwaway bits that have existed in the back of my mind for years, and there's just kind of seep their way into the music without people really noticing. Not in terms of like complicated time signatures necessarily or anything, but yeah, little riff lines and lead lines and stuff and stuff like that. And then bands like Machine Head, like all the old OG, like proper like heavy metal bands. That's where a lot of the influence came from for the Envy and Demise EP. And I think it's shifting slightly more to the melodic world for the newer stuff. So like absolutely, given we've got a lot more input now, so just to kind of shed a bit of a light on it, like our songs go through tens of versionings and changes, and like it'll come thing as one thing, and then it will get completely broken down into, oh, maybe this riff's cool, get rid of the rest, start again, that kind of thing, and then we'll get an idea together and we'll get outside input on it, and oh, have you considered trying this, have you considered trying that, working with producers and stuff like that. And that's been a really illuminating experience as well, to kind of be like, we never would have thought of doing that like in our little bubble. So it's really cool to bounce that off people. And sometimes it's you push back against it, sometimes you accept it, and it's whatever works. But yeah, pushing into the newer kind of stuff, I guess. Sleep Token's obviously there. Like our drummer's really kind of Sam. He's getting really into writing and has got like his hands on into a lot of the material this time, just because he's really good at it. And like that's definitely showing through in some of the new demos. So we're really excited to explore some of that. And then yeah, just trying to get as much melody into things as possible. Like at the moment, I'm obsessed with like Bill Murray and Dayseeker and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, sure, we're not that band, but so many hooks in there, and you just come away humming it. I'm like, I really want people to do that when they hear some of our stuff, like that's definitely at the front of my mind too.
Yeah, I'm quite heavily influenced in terms of songwriting by a lot of pop songwriters. I mean, my main gal actually is Kate Bush.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love her. Just huge influence. And like Paramore, so like since day one, massive influence. But I do listen to a lot of metal, obviously. Wanted to join a metal band. But in terms of writing, it's mainly been pop and pop punk for me personally.
Yeah, fair dues. I've been hearing a lot of like up and coming metal bands lately, citing Paramore specifically as a big influence. It seems to, I don't think it's a resurgence. Like it's just people who've grown up on that stuff.
Yeah.
And now finally like
it's never gone away.
Exactly. Yeah. They've sort of, they're growing into their artistic like passions now, and they drew from Paramore, which is brilliant. I'm not a gatekeeper. Let's bring some pop punk influences into heavy metal. Or do I really mean that? We'll see. No, I'm joking. So cool. Your debut EP came out the end of 2024. We're now halfway through 2026, so I'm going to be greedy. When can we expect to hear some new music from you guys?
This year.
Hey, tell me as much as you're allowed to.
So we've just come out of the studio as of a few days ago, recording the final drums. So that was the big thing, because drums is normally the first thing you do, but it's got to be right. So it's the last thing that you also do as well, which is very confusing. So we've agreed on the final structure of, or very nearly the final structure of the EP. And we've cut all the drums for it. So there's just the editing and doing all the boring behind the scenes stuff that you never really want to see. We've got to film some music videos. We've got to prepare for putting out 18 million pieces of content. But it will be this year. So at the very least, we're gonna have a single out this year. Mark my words.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to hear it. Obviously, so with all the elements going on with Alyris, there's a lot of stuff going on, dual vocal, synth, all that stuff. Is the songwriting, is it simpler to keep the songwriting as a very collaborative affair, or do you have chief songwriters in the project?
It's a bit of both, isn't it? Like some ideas will just be one person, and they'll come with a pretty fully formed idea. That's always the riskier approach, just because you're like, I've done this, and everyone's like, I hate it. We're like, I guess I'll die. No, I think we've become fairly used to having that kind of conversation with each other, where we don't beat around the bush, but we're not too harsh to each other. But yeah, I think the way that's kind of working at the moment is we'll bring like small ideas or bits of songs, or just really rough outlines of songs, and then we'll put it into the machine, and everyone will be like, oh well, I'll take a grab at that, and I'll go and have a go at something, and we'll submit like ideas to each other. And sometimes we'll have a session where we're all in the room, and sometimes that works really well. Sometimes that's the worst thing that you can do, and it changes song by song, because we've written some really cool, silly stuff when we're all in a room together, and we're like, oh, this is funny, let's put this in. Whereas, yeah, when we're more individual, I think it's more, I'm going to make this really important and really cool and really good and all this kind of thing. So there's a good mix of that on the new stuff to look forward to, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a bit of everything really, and we try and get outside reviews and influences from people that we know, from producer that we work with and stuff, as much as we can, so we don't lose sight. I think one of the songs we had 5 different endings for, and we were arguing about which one. I mean they were not really different. There was like 2 notes different in this one. It was A, B, C, or CBA, or
Makes
whatever.
All the difference.
Yeah. We were like, no, I think this one, and everyone had a different ending for it that they were set on. So we're like, right, we just need to send this to someone else, and send it to our producer, and he was like, none of them, it's this. And we're like, of course it is. Thanks. And it just takes that, I haven't even heard this, but to my ear it sounds like this, and you're like, of course it does. Like,
yeah. He even said, oh, you guys already had it at the beginning, it just needs this.
Yeah. You just lose sight of it sometimes. You get too involved in your own shit,
Oh God, tell me about it. The amount of times I go to Smart Mall with a 10-minute masterpiece, and they're like, "No, Chris, it's going to be 3.5 minutes." But they're very, very good at whittling me down. I must say, very, very good. What about vocally? I'm intrigued by a band with 2 different sort of lead vocalists. How do you decide? Right, this bit here is going to be yourself. This bit's going to be me. Obviously, if it's me and the other guitarist, I just hit him around the head and say it's my solo. But how do you work it out between 2 vocalists? How does that dynamic work?
I think for me, from my perspective, I like to I'm sure it's the case for all of us as well. We think about what works best for different parts of the song, what would translate well when navigating like a live show, like where could we position ourselves on the stage, and like all the intricate details as well. I think for me, I just if I'm only singing 2 lines in a song, I'm gonna make that I'm gonna put my all into that 2 lines and have a great time regardless. It's all about For me anyway, it's all about what would just do the song the most justice, because it's like two very different vocal styles, and sometimes it's cool having us do stuff at the same time, layering up. And I guess like with the song where we've got our drummer singing on, we felt that it just where the melody sat in his range, and the way he could deliver it was just the best fit for the song. And I've shoehorned my 7-string Chapman,
Oh yeah.
forced everyone else to let me play. So I can just like get my guitar out.
I remember before you joined the band when we sent you one of the demos. Like this was the confidence level of Naomi's pre-audition. Just sending a message saying, "I think this could do with a guitar solo. I'm going to write one." We were like, "Are you vocalist? Okay, sure, awesome." Still waiting for that guitar solo, by the way.
It's mid. It was mid. I put my hands up. I was like,
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. Cool. So let's get into the main event, as it were. So you guys, as we mentioned at the top, you made it through the first semi-final of this year's Metal to the Mass competition. Congratulations, as always, by the way. You did an absolutely stunning job at both your heat and your semi-final. I was there. Loved you guys. Absolutely brilliant. Can't wait to join you guys again at the final. So how have you found your Metal to the Masses journey thus far?
Oh, just yeah, great. Like surprising because we came in not expecting anything. Like um, unknown territory. We didn't know if we were going to have anyone on side who was going to turn up. You know, like going from that to be just to be like, let's just turn out and play a show. You know, we're more nervous about it being the first show back than it being a competition almost, and knowing some of the bands in the lineup and stuff, and having some of the bands attend the heats and stuff too was fantastic. Just to see some friendly faces there that really took the edge off. Like I love seeing the Dead Rubber Dolls guys at all the events. There's just absolutely like yeah,
they're fantastic. I love those guys.
Yeah, just kind of like all the like competition stuff goes away, and you're just having a chat and having some fun, and it's good when you'll get on that kind of wavelength, and it's like it'll be cool no matter who wins, you know. Like I'm not going to feel bitter. It's just nice, you know. And that was just a really nice vibe. And then to hear that we went through just was like, oh wow, okay. Because like, I was like, I didn't think I played particularly well. You know, it's that old come
Always
off
the way.
thinking you've messed it up and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, awesome, wow. And then to get through and do the second one and to get better feedback and people saying, you know, like it sounds like you've come a long way since your first show, since your first heat, and we were like, that's awesome, like because we've tried so hard.
Yeah.
Like we took that very critically, and we've like, right, okay, well, let's go and play as many shows as we can and blow the cobwebs off and all this kind of stuff. And to get that feedback was just in and of itself great, you know.
All the changes, you guys losing your singer and then having to get someone else in, and then working on new material, and then not gigging for ages. But for me, I think the last band I was in, the last show I did with them was in 2018. So I was so rusty. I didn't have like 50 other singers to hide behind.
What was that like, getting back up on stage doing that?
Amazing. I'd but like when we were loading in, I tripped over. I was just walking and tripped over thin air and twisted my ankle. So I was just hobbling around like, this is fine. Everything's fine. Uh,
we were incredibly supportive, as I'm sure you can tell.
It's like, no, you're not getting out of this. Come on, in we go.
It's pretty funny. But I think I was just like, it was our first show together as a lineup. Um, it was Metal to the Masses, and I'm local to Bristol. I live around the corner from the Exchange, so I like dragged down up like friends and family. So it was like, it's not like it's completely different, isn't it? When like you've brought your like your mates along rather than people have come along to hear live music. There's like that extra pressure as well. I'm like, I can't feel my leg. It's just, but I mean, it it worked out and it was so much fun. And like every show we did after that, it just got better and better.
Absolutely. I had no idea until you guys mentioned early on in this that Mountain Masters was your first show with this new sort of iteration of the band. I genuinely had no idea you guys were so good in that. Hey, you could have fooled me. It'd been the same
Oh,
band all the way
Really.
through. So massive congrats, guys. You've clearly like locked in now to like the de facto version of Alyris. So fucking good. So how much of the live show was split between stuff from Envy and Demise and brand new stuff?
So the semi-final one that we played, there were two new songs in it, and I think there were two old songs in it, so it was 50-50 if I remember rightly. It's been a while. Um, so for the longer, I mean, we played a show before that where it was a headline show, so it was the full EP plus the two new songs that we had ready. Um, as of next Saturday, it's going to be three new songs, and then whatever else we have space for. So we're really hitting the new stuff hard at the moment. In anticipation. I mean, there's two reasons for it. It's obviously, as a band, you want to be playing your new stuff, so it's selfish, right? It's because we know the songs, we like them, no one else does. We want to get them ready for when they're out, basically. And we've got two shows before the final, so we're like, if we're going to do a new song, because this one goes hard, we want to have it road tested before we get to the final. So if we mess it up at a couple of normal gigs, it's fine, but we're not messing it up we're messing it up at the final.
Don't let the mortar said guys see some normal gigs.
All of our gigs are special. I don't know what I was thinking.
No,
No.
I know exactly what you mean.
But yeah, it's gonna be geared that way, and hopefully we'll get to play some longer sets as time goes on. Like I think 40 minutes or so is the sweet spot eventually. But for the moment, yeah, we're planning for like half hours where it's 3 and 2 from the new and the EP. But given that, fingers crossed, it's not going to be a really long time before the EP comes out, I'm kind of fine with that. Like I don't want to be playing these songs live for 2 years and then release it because it loses some of the magic, I think. But
Yeah, fair dues. Cool. So, I will be asking every single finalist this, but you don't have to comment if you don't wish to. Are there any bands this year that are either already in the final or in the next upcoming semi-final that you've been eyeing up as sort of the big competition this year?
I mean, everyone, right? Like you
yeah.
could. It might say it every year, but like it is a really strong lineup, and it is. I think they're really good at picking the bands, and obviously, seeing you guys at the last final and getting through to this final too was just kind of like, well, yeah, they're going to be difficult to go up against, obviously.
There you go. But they said smile
100%.
more. This is not a
Yep.
smear campaign anymore. I kid, obviously.
Yeah, I think obviously Dead Rubber Dolls too. They're just great.
Oh,
You
fuck
know,
yeah.
love those guys.
Such an awesome, like from both bands, just the performance and the engagement. Awesome.
But it's hard to pick.
Yeah.
That's
Like
fine.
the quality of the bands at the Bristol Heat, just crazy. It's mad
Feels like
competitive.
it does feel like it's anyone's game as well. Like
Yeah.
it feels really balanced in like a good way. It's not like I've played ones way in the past where it's like, oh, that band are going to win. Obviously, what's the point? You know, the toxicity comes out of you. You're like, God damn it! But there's none of that, you know, and it's like it's up for anyone, and like you can tell all the bands are really trying and like putting everything in to put on good shows, and they're kind of like slyly checking out all the competition and, well, what's that band doing? What's this band doing? Like we do that all the time. We're kind of like, how did you do that? Well, what are you running there? What gear is that? Like, I just love having that competition with like conversations with everyone. It's great. It's part of it as well, right? Because that's the difference between these gigs and the normal gigs is like you're pushing each other and being like, right, we've really got to put something extra on here, and like having lost, I don't know, 10 Metal to the Masses before, it's that kind of past knowledge of being like, how do we one up it? How do we one up it? Clearly we're not there yet, right? How do we one up it? How do we one up it? And you just keep doing it. As soon as you kind of say, oh, we're done, then that's kind of accepting that's as good as you're going to get. And it's like, don't want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. The camaraderie this year has been absolutely fantastic. I've loved it. The amount of bands that are going to other heats that they're not even playing just to. It's either checking out the competition or it's just getting involved. Either way, it's great to get involved in it every year. That's why my band keep coming back and doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be down for the next semi-finals on Sunday the 7th. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's gonna be so good. Can't wait. So how does it feel to now be at the final, one step away from Bloodstock?
Terrifying and exciting. Can't wait. Like, just know it's going to be a good gig. Like, you almost forget about like the end goal sometimes. It's just want to. I'm so focused on this show about like how can we make it as good as possible. What extra little bits can we do? Let's practice this riff 500 times because we messed it up last time. You know that, and it's like that's what you can do. But I think if you get past that and you win it, it's like, oh, there's a whole other thing, you know. But yeah, it's just excitement. Can't wait to play that stage again. Like the last two shows there have been some of the best shows we've ever played. So it's like, long may it last, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, when you entered this competition, did you suspect you might make it all the way to the final?
No. No. I think
that response?
You are the first person to ever answer like that.
I was just like, I'll be happy if we get to the semi-final. Like, I just want to play a show. I just want to play a show there. Like, it's been so difficult to get into Bristol for a start, just because everyone wants to play there. There's some great venues, and it's hard to get a foot in the door sometimes. I was like, if we get into this one, like, it's always been one step at a time. It's like, if we get into it, that's going to be sick. We're going to get to play the Exchange Top Room. There's the potential for people who are going to be there. Excellent. And then it's like, oh, wow, amazing, we got through. We got to play the semi-final. There's going to be more people there. It's going to be sick. Like, how can we one up stuff and all this? And then, yeah, getting to the final was just like, wow, okay, that's awesome. Because you never know. You never get off stage and you're like, yeah, we've done it, guys. Like, and you're naive if you do think that sometimes. It's like up until they say your name, you're just like, we're out, we're going home, you know?
I think because it just would have been so difficult to have picked the bands that are going through, because there was just everyone was awesome. Anyone would have been strong enough to be in the final. So it was super exciting to get through to the final, but also just getting as far as we did and playing the shows was awesome. And special mention to Kintona. I loved them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm now a fan.
Really young guys as well. They're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they'll be fine. They're going to go far.
Yeah, for sure. If this is how they're starting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of us have we have to win this year, because if we come back and they come back again, they're just gonna fucking steamroll the whole damn thing. What would it mean for you guys to play Bloodstock?
Well, it'll be incredible. Just feels like that's like the step one of like evolving as a band. Like it's that rite of passage, isn't it? Like we did we've done Bloodstock, we did a Metal to the Masses kind of thing, and you've got that accolade then, and it's like it's that it's the credibility that comes with it to be like people have seen us and they've chosen us to do this festival, and it's really good. And just to because I've never been to Bloodstock either.
Oh,
So it would be a double whammy for me. It would be like you get to go there and you get to play it. Like that's maybe that's part of the reason why I haven't been as a punter. It was kind of like, no, I'm going to win, so I can experience my first one while I play there. Because I've always been a download festival guy, like back in the day. So
I'm joking.
yeah,
Download's great. Just joking.
yeah, it would be incredible just to get in front of all those people and join the long list of bands that have been fortunate enough to play those, like the New Blood stage. Yeah, it'd be incredible.
And just getting the music in front of a crowd of that size is going to be awesome if we were to be lucky enough to go this year.
Yeah, incredible. So beyond potentially playing the best heavy metal festival in the country, what does the rest of 2026 have in store for Alyris?
It's going to be getting this new material out. It's going to be gigging. Like we're trying not to stop gigging ever if we can help it. Sometimes it's necessary, but we've got a couple of like mini tours that we're putting together with other bands. Details to follow, hopefully, as well as some one-offs here and there wherever we get them. So it's full on for the rest of the year, and then into the release cycle for the new EP. We'll be starting this year, and music video shooting, and starting on the next EP as well. Like as soon as this one's done, it's straight on to the next one. We're working on ideas for EP/album 3 or album 1, I suppose it would be already. So it doesn't stop.
Incredible. I can't wait to hear what you guys come out with soon. And for everyone watching, I say this every time, but just to reiterate, please check those links out down below so you can check out Alyris's socials, their upcoming music they've done so far, and an awesome live show hopefully coming near you in the not too distant future. Cool. So we're nearly done. However, I like to end these interviews on Crushing Sounds the same way every single time, with some random quick-fire questions that have nothing to do with anything. You can think as long or as short as you like. Feel free to fight amongst yourselves. You don't have to agree. Just some light-hearted questions to see us through to the end. I always start with this one. Modern metal or traditional metal?
Oh no, don't make me choose. I'm a modern metal kick at the moment, so it's for the periodic answer is modern metal for me. The cogs are turning.
Traditional. I've just because I still have bands like Metallica, Anthrax.
How many band practices does it end up in us playing Metallica covers? All of them.
Yeah, I've seen them so many times, and like I've been on a bit of a Skid Row obsession recently.
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah.
So
I'm a modern metal enjoyer, of course. We're all going to see Spirit Box and Ginger later
Oh, you lucky bastards. I
And
really
we're-
wanted to.
We're going to Bill Murray as well. So
and Daisy.
and Daisy, yeah, we've got
Watching as many gigs as we're playing this year. Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah. Love that. Cool. Second question. Mosh pit or standing at the barrier?
Hmm. Hmm. Depends on who you're going to see. For me, like if it's a band I'm obsessed with, Barrier, and I will fight people to get there. Just because I could be in that zone of like just pure like, oh wow. If it's a band that I love but I also want to hurt myself, then yeah, in the mosh pit for sure. So like I would imagine Spirit Box and Ginger, I'm going to be throwing myself around and wishing I was 10 years younger.
Well, I'll be at the barrier.
Fair enough. Favorite band / artist?
Bill Murray. What?
Mm.
Just yeah.
Mm.
Not even going to pretend it's anything else at the moment.
I will pick one. I will pick one.
I love when these quick fires go on longer than the main interview.
I have never made a quick decision in my life. I would say probably who's my favorite at the moment? I'll try and like make it a bit easier. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
So who's your favorite band? And you're like, I don't know any bands. I've forgotten them all in this
I've
moment.
forgotten every band that ever existed. I'm stressed.
I'm so pumped for the answer.
I'm gonna come out with the most mid nonsense you ever heard in your life.
This band's got 6 monthly listeners. They're from the Arctic Circle. Yeah.
That's fine. Plug them. We'll make them blow up.
Yeah. I mean, I always go back to Polyphia at the moment. I do love
Nice.
Polyphia.
Yeah, fair enough. Awesome. To divulge from music for a moment, do you prefer film or TV show?
TV, 100%.
TV show because I like a binge. I watch a lot of anime.
Nice. Following on from that, favorite TV show?
Adventure Time.
Hey, brilliant.
That was a quick answer.
There you go. There you
Have
That
that
was a
go.
one
quick
locked
answer.
and loaded. Yeah, I mean, One Piece.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh no, have I made you question your answer?
Oh,
It's
God,
too
no.
late. It's too late.
It's locked
too
in.
late.
We're moving on. Summer or winter?
Winter.
Winter.
Another quick one.
Nice. Stadium show or intimate show?
To
Intimate
attend
show.
or play.
However you want to approach it.
Play stadium. Attend an intimate show.
Hell yeah.
Intimate, definitely.
Completely agree. Could 100 humans take down one silverback gorilla?
I mean, they did, and his name was Harambe.
Oh, damn.
R.A.P.
Fuck's sake.
But never forgotten. Lowest point of our race.
Okay, moving on. Cream or jam first on scones?
I mean, cream, because it's like the substitute for butter, right? I feel like.
I put jam on first because it feels weird, like putting you get the like just plopping jam on top of a bit of cream is just weird. I feel like it will just slide off.
Depends how much cream you put on it first. All of it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the arguments I've caused, but on this channel by asking bands that question. It's absolutely fantastic. Fantasy or sci-fi?
Fantasy.
Sci-fi for me.
Oh, nice. Harsh vocals or clean vocals?
Clean. All about them harmonies.
Yeah, I'll have to go a clean. But I like hearing both in one thing.
Of course. And final question, favorite Alyris song?
Envy and Demise.
Envy and Demise. Yeah. Out of our released material.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you wanted to name drop a new song, you don't have to. You don't have
Agree
to.
the name on it. We've called it something different every show so far.
Untitled project number 3.
Marlborough.
Yes, there's one in the works that's called Marlborough.
What, like the fags?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marlboro Red.
Oh
It won't
God,
be its final
yeah.
name, but
It's not as good as their first single, Benson and Edges, but
It's smoother. Yeah.
hey, bit more expensive though as well. I
More
wouldn't know.
premium.
I wouldn't know. I don't smoke, mother. But anyway, oh, I don't know what the hell that was about. Anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure being on it. It's been great to have a chat. Thank you.
that
Look
was
forward
really fun.
to playing with you guys in the final as well.
Anytime. Thank you so much. Again, I'll reiterate for everyone watching, please check out those links down below to support Alyris, see their socials, listen to their music, go to a live show and get yourself tickets for the Bristol Metal to the Masses Grand Final on July 12th. It's going to be epic. I've been Chris with Crushing Sounds. Thank you, Alyris, for joining me. Thank you all for watching. Go listen to some amazing heavy metal, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yes.
Cool. So I'll cut it there, guys. Thank you so much. That was absolutely brilliant.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, enjoyed that.
Oh, brilliant. I'm glad.
I'm having a bit of a crisis. Who is my favourite band?
I am still recording, so if you get it in now, it's going to go in.
What's my Spotify history looking like? I don't know how I would pick. I don't know how I would pick.